Every single day, 500 million people drink water from the Ganga River. But did you know that since 1965, something else has been silently dissolving into that water? A lost nuclear device. Inside it, Plutonium-238. That device has never been found. And the scariest part, its radiation will remain dangerously active until the year 2052. This is the true story of Operation Hot, a secret mission that the Indian government and the American CIA hid from the world for more than 50 years. Today, using declassified documents and eyewitness accounts, I am telling you the whole truth. October 16, 1964, China tested its first atomic bomb in the Lop Nur Desert. The explosion sent a mushroom cloud miles into the sky. The entire world was terrified. But no country was more frightened than India, because just 2 years earlier, in 1962, China had humiliated India in a brutal mountain war. Now China possessed the nuclear bomb, and India had absolutely nothing. America was also deeply scared. If China attacked India, the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union could have turned into a catastrophic global war. Out of this shared fear, the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, made a secret deal with India's intelligence bureau. The mission was given a code name, Operation Hat. The goal was extremely bold. They wanted to place a nuclear-powered spy device on top of Nanda Devi, the highest peak entirely inside India. The device was called SNAP-19C. It contained about 1.5 kilograms of plutonium-238. That much radioactive material, if directly ingested by a single human being, could cause incurable bone marrow cancer that would kill them slowly over decades. The device was designed to intercept and decode secret missile signals coming from China. October 1965. The team was finally ready. The leader was Captain M.S. Kohli from the Indian Navy, one of the most experienced mountaineers in the country. Alongside him were elite American climbers trained by the CIA. Their target, Nanda Devi, 25,645 feet above sea level. It is one of the highest and most dangerous peaks on planet Earth. But the Himalayas had other plans. A sudden and violent blizzard hit the team without warning. Temperature dropped to minus 40 degrees Celsius. Oxygen cylinders were running dangerously low. The men were exhausted, 99% dead from frostbite and fatigue. Captain Kohli had to make an impossible decision. He ordered his team to wedge the heavy nuclear device between two rocks, leave it exactly where it was, and run for their lives. That device remained there, alone in the white hell. No one knew that the next day, a massive avalanche would come roaring down the mountain. Spring of 1966, the team returned to Nanda Devi to recover the device. But when they reached the spot, nothing. No device, no tracks, no metal. An avalanche had buried everything deep into the earth and ice. Plutonium-238, one of the most toxic substances known to man, was now resting just a few kilometers away from the holy source of the Ganga River. That glacier meltwater flows directly into the Ganga. The CIA quickly tried to downplay the disaster. Their engineers said, "No problem, we will build another device." But what had already happened could not be undone. And that lost nuclear device is still there today, trapped under an unknown glacier. Then came 1978. India's Prime Minister Morarji Desai stood up in Parliament and made a stunning admission. He said, "Yes, a nuclear device was lost in the Himalayas." That was the first and last time any Indian leader officially spoke about Operation Hot. After that, complete silence. 50 years of silence. No searches, no radiation tests, no answers. Then suddenly, in 2021, the Himalayan floods happened. a massive glacier broke apart and melted. Sending a wall of water and debris down the mountains. Dozens of people died. Hydroelectric dams were destroyed. People immediately asked a terrifying question. Did the lost plutonium cause the glacier to melt? Or did radiation leak into the floodwater? Scientists officially said, no, there is no evidence. But one question remains unanswered to this day. No government, Indian or American, has ever sent a team inside that glacier with a simple radiation meter to check the shifting, melting glaciers of Nanda Devi. The half-life of plutonium, 238, is 87.7 years. That means it will remain radioactive until at least 2052, more than 2 decades from now. So here is the real question that no one wants to ask. Is there radiation in the Ganga River right now? The honest truth is this: no independent scientific test has ever been conducted. The Ganga is already one of the most polluted rivers in the world, with sewage, industrial waste, and chemicals. But how much of that pollution is radioactive? No one knows. Operation Hayat remains an unsolved mystery. It is still dangerous. And yes, this is the story that your history books will never tell you. But here is something even more disturbing. If you think this is just an old Cold War story, think again. Nanda Devi's main glacier is retreating at a rate of 30 meters every single year because of human-caused climate change. The exact depth at which the SNAP 19C device is buried is unknown. But if the glacier continues to melt at this speed, the device could be exposed to the open air within our lifetimes. What happens then? Does the plutonium dust blow into the wind? Does it wash directly into the Ganga during the next flood? No one can say for sure, because to this day, no one has gone there with a radiation meter. This story does not have an ending, because the truth remains buried right there, under the ice and rock of Nanda Devi. And maybe tomorrow, or next year, or 10 years from now, that truth will finally come out. Then the world will have to answer some very difficult questions. Until then, you have to decide for yourself. How much of this is true? And how much is just fear? History stories like these, that you will never find in textbooks or news channels, you will only find here. Subscribe to this channel, because the truth never stays hidden forever.